When I refer to trapped emotions? Are we talking about a disaster movie from the 80s? Is this some kind of spooky psychological blah blah? Or is this something useful that we're referring to? So, regarding trapped emotions, starting when we're very small, believe it or not, even before we're born, we're already having feelings, emotions. And emotions have been referred to as the action of the soul, the feelings that we're having, the reactions and responses to our experiences in life. Now, in an ideal situation, I am interacting with other people, with the environment, with animals, with whomever and whatever, and I have an emotion. Let's see, I'm frightened. Oh, I'm frightened. Oh, 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 my heart rate goes up. I have feelings. Maybe I shake. Maybe I'm running, and it's over with. It comes into experience, it arises, it abates. But in the event that I don't feel safe and adequate to experience the feelings that I'm really having in my body, in my emotions, then I will put them on a shelf. I will try to protect myself by pretending that I'm the person who is okay, and whoever it was that has these inconvenient emotions is not here. And so I make a split in myself. Now, this isn't necessarily a crazy thing or wrong or bad. It's the way, especially that little children who aren't equipped yet to assess and process experiences, their brains aren't even done growing, will buy some time in order to get on day to day in life, especially if mom and dad aren't quite clear about how to process their own emotions. The child is likely to follow suit. And it's a way of coping in an atmosphere that we may not know how to cope otherwise. But the problem becomes when these emotions pile up over the years and they haven't been physically expressed and mentally observed. We're creatures that necessarily need to observe ourselves as well as our environment in order to integrate with our experiences, meaning making sense out of, emotionally as well as mentally, making sense out of what we're experiencing so that we can have the experience, go through it, and then feel that we're done with it. Trapped emotions are like something that goes in a circle over and over and over again for years, for decades, even if it isn't recognized and processed. Think about a little child who says, "Hey, mom, hey, mom, hey, mom, look at me, look at me, look at me," and really will persist until he or she is observed by mom. This child is looking for co regulation, which we will talk about in another clip. And if he or she doesn't get that, that child may have ongoing difficulties with observing him or herself because we learn how to observe ourselves and process our emotions by sharing our experiences with someone we older whom we trust. So if these emotions are trapped, it's like being haunted by feelings that we're not comfortable with. And as long as we keep trying to press them down and run away from them, well, it's like a kid you try to suppress. They're going to get louder and louder. Or a body symptom that we do not pay attention to, it's not going to whisper to us. It's at some point it's going to shout. So when we work with ourselves with suppressed feelings, trapped emotions, we give ourselves, with me as the witness, we give ourselves the attention that we always needed in order to be satisfied and completed with the course of emotion so that we can feel free to be fresh in the present.